So, with the fallout of the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold blowing it against the LA Rams, I really started to think about a hypothetical situation that could potentially transpire this upcoming offseason, and it would really complete the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers arc of history repeating itself, and that is Aaron Rodgers heading to the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Vikings fans, I don't know how you feel about Aaron Rodgers. I really don't. I feel like some of you probably really respect him, and the other half of you probably hate him. Understandable for sure. The reason why I think the potential for this to actually be a reality is just, of course, with Sam Darnold's play, you cannot give him that massive payday that he wants to get for this upcoming offseason. So, with that, there is a likelihood that the Minnesota Vikings could just let Sam Darnold walk. Because if you think about it, they have JJ McCarthy. They also acquired Daniel Jones, and I thought it was hilarious that they even showed Daniel Jones a few times at the end of the game a day ago. So, say what you want about Daniel Jones, but he's been a starting quarterback. He probably got humbled a good amount when the Giants cut him. Plus, Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback whisperer. He almost made the playoffs with Josh Dobbs, man. I feel like if he really had to, if push came to shove, if Daniel Jones was the QB1 for the Minnesota Vikings, don't be surprised if it works. Don't be surprised if we see the best version of Daniel Jones. I mean, think about it. Sam Darnold, throughout his entire NFL career, didn't really show much, didn't really do much on the Jets, saw ghosts, didn't do much with the Panthers, didn't do much everywhere else he's been. And then first year with the Vikings, with JJ McCarthy's injury, he has the best season of his career by a landslide. I feel like we could easily see the same thing with Daniel Jones. So let me know what you think about that. Do you agree with me there? I kind of want to see it. Daniel Jones seems like a pretty likable guy, and you know what? Say what you want about him and his play and his fumbling issues and his boneheaded interceptions with the Giants, but to be honest, he wasn't really in the best situation in New York to insert Daniel Jones on this roster with the weapons they have. Could work, man. I'm telling you, it could work. They obviously have to figure out if they want to re-sign Aaron Jones as well. He is a pending free agent, so definitely a lot to figure out for the Vikings this offseason. Definitely a busy offseason for them, and they'll definitely be in the headlines a lot. But back to Sam Darnold and potentially Aaron Rodgers joining the Vikings. If the Vikings want to franchise tag Sam Darnold, it's a $40 million tag. That's a lot of money for one season. And I know it's only one season, but you could get Aaron Rodgers for a significantly cheaper price than that. Significantly cheaper price than that. I would say like max like 5, maybe 10, depending on how fickle he is or isn't. But 40 mil after losing to the Lions the way he did, 40 mil after losing to the Rams the way he did, I'm telling you, bro, that's a lot of money for, again, a guy that's only had one good year in the NFL. I don't even know if I'd franchise him. Seriously. So if I'm a Vikings fan, if I'm in the Vikings building at all, I just have the faith in Kevin O'Connell to really make it work with whatever QB is the starter. I would really let Sam Darnold walk. I really would. I've seen enough. I know prisoner of the moment, recency bias, but bro, this is who he's been his entire career. For the Vikings to lose like that, man. I know the Rams are good. I know that defense is underrated. I get that, bro. But, like, come on. Are the Rams like a top tier playoff team right now? Sure, they could totally beat the Eagles. Again, you let me know if you think I'm crazy or if you agree with me. Would you let Sam Darnold walk? And that's the thing too. I feel like from Sam Darnold's perspective and his agent's perspective, I feel like he definitely will get more money if he hits free agency because that's what free agency essentially is. Most of the time, it's dudes being overpaid for what their actual value is. So if he wants to make a boatload of money, which I don't blame him, you gotta do what's best for you. I would definitely opt to hit free agency. Like I feel like the Raiders will definitely be interested. Potentially the Saints, maybe the Titans, maybe Cleveland. You never know. You never know. And this also could be his last opportunity to get a big payday. So I feel like it's kind of a win-win for both sides if they just decide to part ways this year. And this is where Aaron Rodgers comes into play. I highly, highly doubt that the Jets would want to keep Aaron Rodgers around. Who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe the new head coach and new GM will feel some type of way about Rodgers and they'll want to keep him around. But I just don't really see that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I just really think they got a clean house. And for Aaron Rodgers, man, what a perfect landing spot. Because realistically, like Brett Favre, you're only going to get him for a year, right? It's just a perfect competitive team to land on. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, maybe Aaron Jones again. Plus, the status of J.J. McCarthy's health is still a question mark. We don't know when he's going to be ready, one, and two, we don't know how durable he can be throughout a regular NFL season. And plus, redshirting for another year is not going to be a bad thing for J.J. McCarthy. And Aaron Rodgers seems pretty open to being a mentor. He did that with Jordan Love, and I feel like it worked well. I feel like he could do that with J.J. McCarthy. I want to see it, man. I really do. And I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, seriously, if I'm the Vikings, would you rather franchise... Like, it's just a no-brainer to me, man. Would you rather franchise tag Sam Darnold and pay him $40 million a year and have him for one more extra year? Or would you rather pay Aaron Rodgers like $5 or $10 million for 1 year and you get to add more talent around him? Just an obvious no-brainer to me. And again, the fact that J.J. McCarthy gets the redshirt an extra year, that's so critical to a quarterback's development, so critical. And I just want to see Aaron Rodgers go out on sort of a high note. Say what you want about Aaron Rodgers. I know I've been kind of iffy about him over this past year, but in the end, I still am an Aaron Rodgers fan. One of the most talented quarterbacks of all time to ever play in the NFL. Most polarizing figures ever in the NFL. And I'd love to see him succeed, go out on a high note. It's a perfect landing spot for him. It's so perfect. The entertainment value we would all get from Aaron Rodgers in Minnesota playing the Packers twice a year. Be a hell of a season, man. Be a hell of a season. Would be an entertaining one. I'm really crossing my fingers on this. I'm crossing my fingers on Deion Shador Sanders as well. Hope it happens, man. Hope it happens. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. If you think I'm crazy, totally understand. Let me know. If you made it this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
A solid touchdown drive. Yeah, what a productive day so far for the offense. They're mixing it up well. They got confidence. The quarterback's throwing it well.